So while I'm waiting in a queue, I just want to kind of point out something. Does coaching really work in League of Legends, right? So does coaching help you to climb, right? The answer to that is okay. I will explain it to you this way, right? There is two parts of League of Legends, right? There is controllable and uncontrollable. Okay, so controllable is your skill, right? In a role, your skill on your champion. Okay, now here's a big problem, right? Because you have constant changes in the game, right? Your role can get nerfed. Okay, also champion can get nerfed. All right, other champions can get stronger. All right, relative to you. Roles become OP, right? Which might not be your role. All right. So think about it this way, right? Now, so what's more important? What's more important? Your skill. Oh, matchmaking. I forgot matchmaking because this season I find it much more difficult to climb. Matchmaking algorithm, right? So what is more important? Your skill or uncontrollable environment, right? In terms of climbing, I'm talking about, let's say you want to get to rank 1 on the ladder, like in your server. What's more important, uncontrollable or controllable, right? Uncontrollable are more important, right? So I'll give you an example. There's a player, his name is TF Blade, right? OPGG. Okay, so he used to be rank 1 player for I think 2 seasons straight, right? Now that was because Jax, he mains Jax as a champion, and Jax was simply too strong, right? He had an item which was called a Spear of Sojourn, I think, right? It made him way, way, way too strong. So during that time, he was dominating, right? But right now, if you go to Twitch TV, TF Blade, oh,
Saved?
you see, he's doing rank 1 to challenger, rank 1 in 14 days. It's day 10 right now, and he dropped from being 27 to 38. So he's actually went down, right? So he's not gonna make it. Okay, and he has been trying to make it to rank 1 for a very long time now, right? So what has changed? The environment changed. So his champion got nerfed, other champions became stronger, matchmaking algorithm changed for sure, and new champions are just ridiculous. Like if you look at him right now,
Into a horrible spot now.
you see he's playing against this Viego, and this Viego really is very strong. Do Do you see? He's 0-2, right? And he's like hardcore raging. Because this champion just pretty much counters his champion, right? Also, you have to factor in that meta changes, right? So champions like Gragas top, who counter his champion, are now exceptionally viable, right? Itemization changes. So I think like the problem with League, you cannot do it part-time, right? Because think about me, right? I used to be, if you go to my OPGG, US, right? Fruit Loaf. Like I used to be diamond player, right? I used to be diamond player when Tryndamere was absolutely busted. I mean, he was ridiculously strong. Also, you could like once you get to 6 items with Tryndamere, you could just steamroll the entire team. He's just so strong. Right now, Tryndamere does not scale into the late game. Okay, he is like he's very very bad champion. Now you have to also factor in that as a player, I became exceptionally good at managing my lane, macro, like where I am on the map, what I'm doing on the map, how I'm playing. Like I also understand matchups a lot better right now, and I'm lower skill according to the system. So I would be like platinum if you look at my rule. OPGG. Let's look at. Well, we can actually look at my account. This one here. If you see, I'm like, well, I'm not really gold 3. I'm playing. If you look at my MMR, let's look at fruit of 3. You see, like I'm playing on platinum 4, platinum 3 level consistently, right? You see? So you can say I'm mid-platinum player. So I'm a better player, but according to the system, I became worse. So how did this happen? That's because uncontrollable factors are much stronger than your controllable factors. All right. And you have to understand that like tomorrow, Riot can change Tryndamere where every time he crits, he gets move speed reduction, say 80%, and his ultimate resets on every kill, right? What's going to happen then? I will probably get to Masters if that happens. Does that make sense? Right? Whereas let's look at it from a different perspective. I get coaching. I spend €1,000 on coaching, right? And what happens is Riot decides to reduce Q healing on Tryndamere and reduce duration of his ultimate from 5 seconds to 4 seconds. Okay? It doesn't matter how much coaching you're going to do. The champion became so bad. I'm probably gonna end up with this type of changes. So if they change Q and remove 1 second from his ulti, I will probably end up somewhere gold 5, maybe silver 1, right? So you have to understand this is the same player, right? So I can be either masters or silver 1, depending on what Riot does, right? And like you can see it live. You can see it live. Like TF Blade, I mean, right? He used to be rank 1. And if you watch players who are on the top, you will see that they consistently change. Sometimes it's jungle, sometimes it's support, sometimes it's top Camille main, sometimes it's like Jana main, right? Because conditions and environment changes. You can also see like in here statistics like on a champion. Do you know what I mean? Sometimes Garen is on top, sometimes tanks are on top, sometimes supports are on top. Do you know what I mean? So why I'm making this video is because I think for me, I need to change my environment because League of Legends is very, very, very inefficient in terms of improving, right? I mean, people say that the game is very difficult. Well, it's not really. You have to learn a lot of matchups, right? Well, it's difficult, right? But the problem is learning curve is so inefficient in the game because of this uncontrollable factor. And the problem is you cannot stick to specific champions. That's why I think jungle is overpowered role because in jungle you do not have matchups. Well, you do have some matchups, but you don't have hard matchups like laning. In laning, you have to know when you're stronger, when you're weaker, when you can engage, when you cannot engage, how to control the wave, how to last hit. In jungle, in jungle, you have your clearing path. You cannot miss a minion, right? In jungle, you just cannot miss a minion. Now you can get counter jungled, but a lot of times when I see in low elo, right, when people start to counter jungle, they either feed or they fall behind. Okay, but overall, even if you're playing as a jungle, you depend on your teammates, right? And if your teammates are bad, there is nothing you can do. Okay, and another one is dodging games takes a very very long time. So just be aware of that, right? Honestly, I would like you to quit League of Legends and replace it with Valorant because it's a lot more efficient. Valorant is a very simple game, cross placement, map awareness. That's it. Okay, take care.